you. Reverend Mother is on her way shortly, but before we begin, I'd just like to remind each and every one of you there are no cell phones. God did say let there be light, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that one. Hey, I'm talking to you. Okay. So I need each and every one of you to do me a favor and help me put Reverend Mother in a good mood, because believe me, there is nothing worse than a crabby Reverend Mother. So if you will, I would like each and every one of you to do the Mount St. Helens cheer. But if you aren't familiar with that, it's okay, because I'm about to show you how it goes. Woo, 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 woo. You got it? All right, let's try it on the count of 3. 1, I said on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, that is great. That's amazing. As a matter of fact, do we have any whistlers in the audience? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here she is, folks. Our own Reverend Mother, Sister Mary Regina. Woo, 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 yeah. Oh.
All right, are we ready to begin?
Oh, Reverend Mother, where's Sister Mary Amnesia?
Sister? Sister Amnesia. Oh. Oh, there she is. Come on out, sister. It's all right. They're all friends. She's just a little bit nervous. Come on. Okay. Here we go. She's a big mess is what she is. Now, are we ready to begin? I guess no one here went to Catholic school. Good evening, friends.
Good evening, sister.
We sure can train them, can't we, Hubert? On behalf of the Little Sisters of Hoboken, I'd like to say welcome to the theater of Mount St. Helens School. And I would like to extend our gratitude to each and every one of you for coming out here tonight and participating in our fundraising activities. But before we begin, I would like to clear up what seems to be some confusion about our set here. You see, our 8th graders are putting on a musical, Vaseline. And I gave them my permission that we would not...
It's Grease.
Huh?
Grease?
Oh, where?
No, it's Grease.
Huh?
Grease, it's Grease. Look, turn around, it's Grease. The show is Grease.
Oh, it's Grease. Who knew? Well, anyway, I promised them that we wouldn't disturb their handiwork during our benefit. That's why things may seem a bit incongruous at times. But we have a wonderful introductory song. And before we begin, we'd like the Lord to bless us in our endeavors. Sister, if you will.
Veni creator, Spiritus
Quentu creatsi pectora. Some folks think of convents as the places where we pray, but let us tell you, convents are much more than that today. We're dedicated people, but we like to have our fun.
We're here tonight to share with you the humor of the nun.
Nunsense is habit forming, let us tell you why.
When a sister gets applause, it's a special high.
There is nothing we can do once we get a laugh or two. It's something we cannot control once we're on a roll.
Have you heard the one about the traveling salesman who really drew a crowd? Seems this farmer had a horse rather well endowed.
Sister Nunsense may be habit forming, but let's draw the line.
Oh, cut the cheap shots, why be common?
We can be divine.
Everybody's here, so let's tell them who we are.
This is Sister Robert Ann, she sings and drives the car. Sister Mary Amnesia doesn't know her real name.
A crucifix fell on her head, her memory's gone, what a shame.
Sister Hubert is our novice mistress and our guiding light.
She's second in command and stands at Reverend Mother's right. Sister Leo is the youngest as a novice, she's brand new.
And I'm your Reverend Mother, Sister Mary Regina. That's it.
Nunsense is habit forming, that's what people say. We're here to prove that nuns are fun, perhaps a bit risque. We still wear our habits to retain our magic spell. Though we're on our way to heaven, we're here to raise some hell.
Sell it, girl!
Nunsense is habit forming, that's the reason we are up here on the stage tonight. Hoping you'll agree.
Nunsense is habit
And we're
forming,
hooked,
and all we know is
we just can't kick it. Though some folks may kick it, we just can't kick this nonsense. So on with the show.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so very much. Now, just in case there's anyone here who isn't familiar with why we're doing this fundraiser, you see, we had a small disaster back at our convent. A short time ago, our cook, Sister Julia, child of God, served some vichyssoise soup, and nearly every sister died, instantly of botulism.
It was kind of like the Last Supper. That's just a little bit of convent humor.
Why we wouldn't be here if we weren't all playing bingo with some Maryknolls. What a bunch of cutthroats they turned out to be.
Oh, I still say their Mother Superior cheated. When she didn't call out B15, I knew she had it.
Now, sister, calm down. Lord knows she's not pretty, but she doesn't cheat.
Oh, she does too, B15. I saw her slip it right up her sleeve. And it was all I needed to win, too. But that's all right, because God don't like ugly.
The point is, when we got back to the convent, we found 52 of our sisters lying face down in that soup.
And we had no idea what to do, so we began praying for guidance.
Then I had a vision. It was either St. Catherine of Siena or St. Thomas Aquinas in drag. I never could tell them apart. Never have seen them together. Well, anyway, I was instructed to start a greeting card company, which of course I did. And it was a huge success.
And so we took the money and buried 48 of the 52 sisters, and then Reverend Mother decided to buy a plasma TV for the convent. Personally, I think we should have buried all of the sisters and then bought the plasma TV, but as mistress of novices, I am only number 2 around here, so one tries hard not to question Reverend Mother.
And one will try harder in the future. That's right, dear. Zzz. The worst part is, we had to put those last 4 girls in the freezer.
And the Ben and Jerry's ain't tasted the same since.
That's why we're putting on this show. We have to raise enough money to bury those last 4 dead sisters.
Oh, we hope that you will forgive the limitations brought upon us by the loss of so many of our sisters. But if they hadn't died, then we wouldn't have to bury them, and then there wouldn't be this little show in the first place.
But they did. We had to, and there is. So there you are. Zzz. About a week ago, I held tryouts to pick the sisters whom I felt were the very best of what was left of us. And I asked each one of them to prepare a song that best displayed her talents.
But first, I thought maybe you guys would be interested in learning a little bit about the history of the Little Sisters of Hoboken, and that's what the next number is all about.
Thank you, Hubert.
Don't mention it.
You see, it all started when we went to France to join a leper colony. Now, I know some of you may find that a bit distasteful, but all the good causes were taken. You see, it started when we went to France, and I don't know French very well.
She's in my spot.
Wasn't that a fun trip? All right, let's begin.
Ave Maria, it's so heavenly to be a member of a group that's putting on a show. It's great, although it is a difficult transition, for we started off as missionaries, which of course is obviously much more apropos. But their mission got in trouble, and it burst their holy bubble.
We were caught in an imbroglio,
And we finally had to go. So we hope you understand if we're not absolutely grand, for we feel a little queasy, we're uneasy in this show.
Let me start from the beginning. We're gonna give you the history of our order, and you'll be quizzed on it afterwards. Filled with great anxiety, Sister Hubert sailed with me and Sister Robert Ann to a land of unknown circumstance. We reached our destination with a bit of trepidation, where we come to order lepers back to work in southern France. Oh no, that's not right. We come to join order working with lepers on an island south of France. That's it.
Each of us, as best we could, cut a tree and chop some wood, which then was used for building humble huts for quarantine. When Sister Mark Yvonne had finished up the porta-john, we all sat down and waited for the first of those unclean.
And they came from everywhere.
There were hot and tots with rotten tots and baskets on each mother's head.
And Zulus, they concluded, never understood a thing they said.
You Yankees who were ganging up on natives who were being fed.
And Swazies who were toasting on the Bushmen in the line ahead. It was dreadful. The pagans had their noses stuck in everybody's business, while Wantusies had their business stuck in everybody's nose. But the truth of the matter, if you really want to know, was that everybody's business was about to decompose.
Hubert, Robert, Ann, and I are lucky that we're still alive where sisters went to pieces at a devastating rate. When a novice spilled her food, at first we thought her rather rude, till we realized that her hand was on the floor with her fork and her plate.
Wait!
There's more.
The Protestants, it seems, had set out to wreck our dreams.
We had humble huts while they built leper condos by the sea.
Competing for each leper put our mission work in jeopardy, so we devised a plan to avoid catastrophe.
We challenged him to race, cause we thought we'd trump their race at the 100-meter dash when we entered Sister Rose. But as she was victory bound, her snots fell on the ground.
If it hadn't fallen off, she had won it by a nose.
Poor Rose.
Bummer.
Hubert, Robert, Ann, and I had managed once more to survive, but this time we knew we were in a truly hopeless spot.
So we packed up what was left, feeling totally bereft,
and got out while the going was still able to be got.
We came back home to Hoboken, but with spirits so broken, no one really knew if we pulled through. Then Reverend Mother prayed there would be a new crusade, and we were doing great till Sister Julia made that stew. Mon Dieu! Ave Maria, it's so heavenly to be a
Mother!
sister! Making a debut in front of you. It's a difficult transition for the missioner's position. Was up to now the only one we knew. It's sad but true. So we hope you'll understand if we're not absolutely grand. But we will do our best to see that you're impressed. We hope you'll pass the test. Now the rest is up to you.
Oh, Sister Amnesia, where are you going?
I was just going with What's-Her-Veil.
But aren't you in charge of the quiz?
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, Reverend Mother, I don't know how to get through to her.
I know. I keep hoping that if she remembers who she is, we'll realize that she belongs to the Baptist.
Now, Sister Amnesia, try to remember what I teach in the novitiate. Gentle, but firm.
Gentle.
But firm.
All right. Sit up straight, eyes forward, pay attention. Do you know what time it is? You know, I always know what time it is, because back at the convent, we have this huge clock with the 12 apostles pasted on it, and I always know that with the big hand is on the John and the little hand is on the Peter, it's time for the sisters to get on their knees. And pray. Okay. It's time for that quiz Reverend Mother warned you about. Now, you should have all the answers to the questions if you were paying attention to that last song. Could I have some lights, please? Thank you! Okay. Now, if you know the answers, please raise your hand. Are you ready?
Yes, sister.
Are you ready? Yes. Oh, that's better. Okay, good. Question number 1. The leper colony was established on an island south of France. Oh. Now, you guys forgot to raise your hand. I'll give you one more chance. Same question. Question number 1. The leper colony was established on an island south of... Yes, sir. France. Very good. I got a prize for you. I got a sneak bag and get it out for you. Find it. It is. Oh, I gotta find it. Oh man, it's stuck in there. There it is! It's a motorist prayer card of St. Christopher. So, and on this card, it says, I am a Catholic. In case of an accident, please call a priest. Now, are you a Catholic?
Well, no.
Oh, I knew that. Oh, you could, but I knew that. You want to know why?
Why?
Because you didn't stand when Sister called on you. So, okay, so what are you?
Jewish.
Ooh, Jewish. Shalom. Okay. And who do you call?
My wife.
Oh! Okay, so you're just gonna take this and you're gonna scratch that out and you're gonna put, I am Jewish. In case of accident, please call my wife. You're welcome. Mazel tov. Now, I must tell you, St. Christopher is no longer a saint. I think he had an accident or something. Because we got those at a discounted rate. So from now on, I would buckle up if I were you. Yes. Give our winner a hand, everybody. Okay. Are you ready for question number 2?
Yes.
Okay. Question number 2. It's harder than the first. Why? Oh, why did the sisters have to leave the leper colony? Hey, what? Do I need to give you guys a hint? Oh, yes, ma'am.
Somebody lost their nose.
Yes! All right, that was close enough. Woohoo! I think. Okay. Now. Now. Yes, you're the one who answered. Oh, you stood up after you answered the question. That was good. We're learning. Yes. I love it. Oh, I know. Cause, okay, so do you know who this is? Well, no. He likes birds and animals. Ah! It's St. Francis. Everyone thinks St. Francis is a sissy, but that's not right. Reverend Mother explained to me that he is of Assisi. That's totally different. A-S-S-I-S-S-I. Assisi. Yeah? Yeah? So, there you go. Here's your rare card. Yeah, it's a holy card of a saint. It's very nice, isn't it? And you like, he's on pink. Yeah, isn't that great? It matches you too. Look at that. All right, give our winner a hand, everybody. Now, the big question. Do I have any Catholics in here tonight? Oh, yes, ma'am. You know, I have a prize for you for just being Catholic. Yes! Now, did you think that would ever pay off? Oh, good. Oh, good. Now, I have here a medal of a saint, and you can stick it wherever you want. Okay? Now, this is Saint Divna, and she is, right? Mental disorders, yes. She is the patron saint of mental disorders, and Reverend Mother says I should pray to her every day. So I hope you like that. Give our winner a hand, everybody. Okay. Now I gotta make it all the way back up front. I got one more question. Maybe. I might have more. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, my ruler. Okay. I have another question that Sister Hubert wanted me to ask. And do you think it was wrong for Reverend Mother to buy a plasma TV before all the sisters were buried? Hey, but they didn't answer! They didn't answer!
Well, I think that's about enough time on the quiz. And now I'd like to present Sister Mary Leo in her interpretation of Morning in the Convent. Sister?
I wake up all bleary when I first hear the age-old query.
Benedicite.
Dominus, thank God we can't speak to each other. I'm not in the mood to be cheery. Put on the tunic and scapular and the wimple. Look, no mirror. The gimp and veil complete the nun's couture. At an ungodly hour, the bell in the tower signals a warning. We made it through one more night. It's time to greet a new morning. But before I go downstairs, I clear my head of woes and cares by dancing my way through my morning prayers. Dancing is the way I pray. I can have a perfect day if I start off with the Tujete. So, if you wake up feeling lost, try my proven formula. Sorry. Point your toes and plie once each day.
Oh, you just simply did so wonderful, Leo. I really do wish I could dance just like you do.
Thank you. Could have seen more, but Reverend Mother won't let me wear a tutu.
Well, you know how Reverend Mother is and how she feels about the traditional habit.
Yeah, if God wanted everyone to look like people, he wouldn't have invented nuns.
That's right.
But you know, when I joined the convent, I plan to dedicate my life to God through the dance, and if I can't wear a tutu, how will I ever become a famous nun ballerina?
Sister Mary Leo, have we forgotten about humility? I've always taught the novices that God is on their side when they're looking for the strength to avoid the sin of pride.
I know that being humble is a virtue we hold dear, but how can I be humble and advance in my
your vocation is your career. Oh, please give me just 1 second. I have to address something before this goes on any further. Now, ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be a nun. My dream was to enter the convent and work my way up to, Mother Superior and turn the Little Sisters of Hoboken into the Big Sisters of Newark. Well, the first lesson I had to learn upon entering the convent was that we do not strive for position, just perfection. Besides, she who exalts herself shall be humbled, and she who humbles herself shall be exalted. Reverend Mother is the boss, and so I must obey. But as mistress of the novices, I shine in my own way.
You mean if I'm really humble, I could have a shot and a bit of exaltation with my simple art?
You got it, kid. The biggest ain't the best. Very often we're impressed by a tiny diamond chip that seems to outshine all the rest. So pay attention now. Here's what you must do. Don't demand the spotlight. Let the spotlight come to you.
I'm beginning to see the light.
Remember Sister Hilda, whose endowments were so great.
When she put on her collar, it stood out like a plate.
Well, one day when the bishop came, she went to the door. As she knelt to kiss his ring, she fell flat out on the floor and boom!
The biggest ain't the best, as a bishop will attest. The Lord tells us the least are often those that are the blessed.
So let that be a lesson to you. Try to understand. The people with the biggest drums don't always lead the band.
No, the biggest ain't the best. Very often we're impressed by a tiny diamond chip that seems to outshine all the rest.
So do what you do well.
I know I'll be fine
Just remember to be humble.
as we proudly go in. Smile, baby, sparkle, Neely, sing out, Louise, and shine.
Well, what do you think? I call it my convent Miranda look.
Sister, I'm appalled. Now you show some respect.
Come on, chill out, Rev. Hey, listen, I've got another little surprise for you.
Another surprise.
See, I realized when you arranged the program, you hadn't actually included a solo for me. So I've been working on a special song with Brother Jim, and I think you want to hear it so that you can find room for it in the show. You ready? Hit it, brother! When I became a nun at a very early age, I had to choose between the convent...
Sister Robert Ann, you are the understudy. Don't you realize what a great honor and responsibility that is? You have to be ready at a moment's notice in case an emergency should arise. Take me, for example. I'm a Reverend Mother, not a musical comedy star.
I realized that from the opening numbers.
Why
Hey, listen. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but I'd rather have a spot that is just for Robert Ann. I'm not asking for a lot. An understudy never shines into the stars ill. Then the crowd is hostile. The star's not on the bill.
I don't think this is something we should discuss in front of the audience.
No. Playing second fiddle positively means this kid will never get a moment on the stage alone. Even God forbid if something happened and you did get sick.
Yes?
An understudied part is not my own. I've been reading up on this understudy stuff, and believe me, it's not encouraging. Read this. Who here knows that Dolly Levi's also BB also world? Carol Channing wasn't sick, so BB wasn't called. This girl Lenora Nimitz has it on her resume that she's understudied everybody. Where is she today?
Well, there's Shirley MacLaine.
Oh, Shirley doesn't count. that was just bizarre. Carol Haney breaks her leg, and Shirley is a star. But that's about as rare as Lerner, Turner, down at Schwab's. It's a miracle when the understudies get the starring jobs.
Well, I'd start praying if I were you.
Oh yeah? For what?
A miracle.
Give me a break. Please. Playing second fiddle positively mean this kid'll never get a lead, 'cause everybody knows whoever understudied Merman as a gypsy mama permanently ended up at second-hand rows.
I have to get Amnesia out here for her number. We'll talk about this later.
Her number? You gave her a number? She doesn't even remember who she is. Come on, Rev, my number's ready to go. I got aspirations.
Well, you can kiss your aspirations goodbye.
I've got to figure out a way to get a solo spot so I can prove to Reverend Mother what it takes I've got. Maybe then she'll understand this feeling in my soul, that I deserve a leading
Oh, you don't have to applaud every time I come out here. I have to tell you something. I feel personally responsible for the predicament that got us here. You see, Sister Julia, she never took her vocation. Why, just last week we had the Monsignor over for dinner, and I asked her to prepare something a little special. A few minutes later, I see her in the kitchen setting up the ironing board. I says, Julia, what the hell are you doing? She says, I'm making pressed duck. Come on, folks, it's not easy. We used to have 71 members in our order, but thanks to Julia, we're down to 19. So I thought if you knew a little bit more about, what is it?
Reverend Mother, I thought I was supposed to do this part.
Oh, that's right, dear. I told Sister here that she could do this part. You go right ahead, dear. I forgot. It must be catching. You keep an eye on her, Hubert.
Hello! I'm Sister Mary. Oh, there for a minute I thought I remembered my real name. Anyway, I'm here to tell you what being a nun means to me. Reverend Mother is certain that if I give a good enough talk, one of you might want to join our order. And I think it might be you, my friend. I just think it's wonderful that you want to be a nun, and you think it might be fun to be one of the ones who's a nun. Then the order you elect to select should reflect, I suspect, a desire to perfect all you've done until now. I wish that somehow.
Stop! I can't stand listening to this.
Why, Sister Marinette, what are you doing here? I thought you stayed in France with the Protestants.
No way, Jose! Girls, if you want to become a nun, join an order that still wears a habit.
Why, sister, I know we still wear our habits to retain our magic spell, but even I know a habit does not a nun make.
Get real, would ya? Hit it, sweetheart! It's really very simple. With a wimple you learn. You get instant respect, which you don't have to earn. You move right up in line without waiting your turn. Virtues like patience are not our concern.
Sister, I thought virtue was always our concern. Think about your solemn vows. There are three we must espouse: poverty, chastity, and obedience.
you trying to do? Make me go deaf?
Why, don't be silly, sister. You can't go deaf. Everybody can see. Nuns don't have ears. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. Let's start with poverty. Empty your purse. Poverty makes being poor even worse. Granted, it's not so extreme for a nun. We may not be starving, but still it's not fun. Not fun, 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 fun. Not fun, 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 fun. Not fun, 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 fun. Poverty's not fun.
What do you mean, poverty's not fun? You can't deny we live like we're from Beverly Hills, while Mother Superior pays all the bills. Wake up, smell the coffee, girl, our lives are first rate. From a nun's point of view, poverty's great!
What do you mean poverty's great?
Isn't it obvious? We can have everything, we just can't own it.
Chastity is where we found our postulants are losing ground. You must be celibate.
You can't screw around!
Sister! Obedience is number 3. You cannot question what will be if you have no opinion. The living is easy. Wait a minute. I'm beginning to remember who I am.
Yeah, and the cotton is jumping and the fish are high. Now, can we get back to obedience? If pain can make you perfect, then this vow is for you. Every time they disobey, they beat your ass black and blue.
Sister! The confessional is where she belongs. Everything she says is wrong.
Sister's just jealous 'cause I stole her song.
Dedication and commitment.
You're so full of
Don't finish that one.
no habit, no ticket to fun.
This song is ow!
Get the hook!
Why didn't someone tell me she had that puppet?
Hey, don't look at me.
Knew.
You knew. I know you knew.
Well, I knew about the puppet, but I didn't know she was gonna...
What if we had some plainclothes nun in the audience? I certainly hope no one was offended.
Oh, please don't let this affect your generosity this evening.
Really, we've just got to get those last 4 girls out the freezer. You never know when the health inspector might be coming around.
Did I miss something?
Just the boat, dear.
Reverend Mother, we don't have a boat. Sister drove the car.
Amnesia, Reverend Mother was just wondering when the health inspector might be coming around.
Oh, he came this afternoon.
What do you mean? Oh, he came this afternoon. You were here all day practicing with us.
Well, he called yesterday.
What? Amnesia, why don't you tell me these things?
I forgot.
This is just awful. Amnesia, go and phone the convent right now and see if anything's happened. Oh, Lord. This is just terrible. Hubert, I thought I told you to see to it that she reports everything back to me.
Oh, now don't you start blaming this one on me, because you're the one who bought the plasma
Now,
TV.
you know I did not know there wasn't enough money for the plasma TV. I said it was a sale. It was $49.25.
the answering machine.
Well, what did it say?
Hello! You have reached the convent of Mount St. Helens.
Amnesia! Jump ahead.
And Sister Mary Eugene had to go down to the Board of Health for questioning.
No. Oh, now you've done it, Amnesia. Now you've really done it. This is a fine mess you've gotten us into.
Oh, Regina, you didn't have to be so hard on her.
You know I didn't mean it. Go and see if she's okay.
Me?
Yes, you.
Tote that barge, lift that bale. What is this showboat?
It is not easy being a mother superior these days. Trying to be a leader in these permissive times is almost impossible. Take Robert Ann, for example. When she joined the convent, they told me she was streetwise. Now, see, I thought that meant she knew her way around town. That girl knows things she couldn't show on cable television. Why, just this morning, she comes into my office saying she's writing a book for a gym class on feminine hygiene. Do you know what she's going to call it? The Catholic Girl's Guide to an Immaculate Conception. I'm telling you, it's not easy. Sometimes, I wonder why I even became a nun in the first place. I didn't have to, you know. I started off as a tightrope walker. I'm not making this up. My mother and father had a high wire act. They were billed as 2 tons on a tightrope. Well, most of my family's a bit on the hefty side. My father said, if we worked real hard, we could be better than the flying Walindas. All of us kids were in the act. Well, all except for Mary Claire. That's my sister. She took up with a contortionist. And one night, they were trying out a new position when, well, that's another story. I was telling you about the act. Well, we were booked in London. We had a wire stretched across the river. No net, mind you. And 2 tons of the tightrope were up there when suddenly the wire snapped. Boom! Boom! 2 tons in the Thames. Right then and there, I promised the Lord, if he saved them, I'd become a nun. How did I know he was going to go through? I thought they were goners for sure. Well, since he kept his end of the bargain, I figured I might as well keep mine, so here I am. But do you want to know something? Now that I'm here, I wouldn't have it any other way. But still, I gotta tell you something. I see the spotlight, and though it's not right, I simply can't resist its call. For some nuns, it's bingo at the parish hall. Turn up the spotlight, and I have a ball. I lose my head when I know I'm dead when I start to hear that laughter grow. It really wasn't all that long ago when I was up there in the spotlight's glow. I can hear the brass band, I can hear the crowd cheer. The grand march begins, the circus is here. I can still hear the ringmaster shouting he's proud to present us on that wire high above the crowd. Oh, it was thrilling. We had top billing. Every night we'd steal the show. Please forgive me, but don't you know this is much more fun than B-I-N-G-O. Oh, I love this part. Turn when I got flight. I'm a barrel full of fun. I'm your right Reverend Mama. Say hello, Dalai Lama. Get it? Hello, Dalai. Dalai Lama. Bless your heart. Bring me home, band. I'm your right Reverend Mother. There isn't any other. Your right Reverend Mother. Superior none. Oh yeah.
Well, you're turning out to be a regular Sophie Tucker.
Oh, was she a Reverend Mother too?
Not quite.
Lilacs.
What?
Lilacs.
Okay.
Lilacs.
Oh, how beautiful. Where are they from?
There's a card.
It says it's from the ladies of Hadasha, wishing us Mazel Tov.
Oh, how sweet of them.
You sure bring back memories. Every time I smell lilacs, I remember my first romance. I was putting on a ballet in my backyard when I fell in love with the dance.
Every time I smell lilacs, I remember that very special day when the bishop came and gave me my new name, Hubert. I thought I was gonna die.
Oh, wait a minute, Amnesia, I've got an idea. If lilacs make us remember things that happened long ago, maybe the fragrance can take you backwards in time to a place you know.
They smell very nice, it's true, but they don't remind me of anything. Wait a minute. Yes, they do. I'm running through the fields with the neighbor kids when I hear Mama calling me to go. Dinner is ready, hurry home. But I can't remember who. I'll get you, my little pretty, and your little dog too.
Get out of that thing. Don't you know this is not the Wizard of Oz? Who do you think you are? Margaret Hamilton? Listen, Missy.
Hey, I have something important to tell you.
What is it?
When I was in the girls' locker room fixing my veil, I found this. I think one of our students has a serious problem.
What kind of serious problem?
I know about these things, and I need to explain
You can
that.
explain it later. We have to get ready for the first act finale.
What's in the bag?
Hubert, get them ready for the first act finale.
All right, come on.
But Rev,
And get that thing out of your veil.
okay.
I'm melting! I'm melting!
If only she could. Sorry about the delay, folks. There'll only be a few minutes. Let's see what this thing is that she's making such a fuss about. Well, it's called Rush. Must be for people in a hurry. You might take a spoonful after every meal. Let's see. Oh no, it says here, you remove cap, allowed to stand, aroma will develop. Aroma? What kind of aroma? Good Lord, this stuff smells just awful. I don't see what anyone could want with this stuff. Are you lonesome tonight? Oh, this stuff smells just, I don't see what the girls want with this. It just smells so awful. It's warm in here. It's the lights. Oh, I gotta take this thing off. It's warm. All right. And just a few mini men. In just a few monument. In just a few monument. Okay. Soon. We'll get back to Nunsense. No flash nun. No. Oh, I'm stuck. Ah. My toupee. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Nun, is that the, no. Nun with the wind. Psst. What show is this?
Are you all right?
Am I all right? I never felt better in my life. Have you guys tried this? Of course you have. You're musicians. Have you tried it? I know you have. This stuff, it's just terrific. I mean, I'm gonna take some of it back to the convent with me. I'm going to Disney World. Okay. Whew, let's all just sit back and watch a couple of butch nuns dance. Did I say that? No. Come in. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Vroom, vroom. I gotta drive Miss Daisy down to the Piggly Wiggly. Oh. It's a miracle. Someone call me a donkey and get me to the manger. Now my body's stuck. No, I'm really stuck. Well, if no one's gonna come up here and help me, I guess I'll just do it myself. Free Willy! Free Willy! Oh, it's hot in here.
Reverend Mother!
Hubert, I've fallen and I can't get out.
Come here, give me your hand. What happened to your habit? Oh, turn off that spotlight.
Oh, but I'm not
you are. She's stoned.
Could you die? Come on, Reverend Mother got high.
Hey, I could have told you that stuff makes you fly.
You're gonna fry.
Hey, I didn't tell her to use it.
All right now, come on all of you. There's been a slight change in what's about to ensue.
I thought we planned this song for Act 2.
Well, yeah, we did, but it's not. We gotta do it now. Hurry, go, go, go. If ever you're tempted to transgress, remember this.
I saw Elvis. Alive.
An idle mind is where the devil works. So in my analysis, if busy hands are happy hands, then dancing feet are bliss. So tackle that temptation with the time step, not a one step or a two step at a time step. Stomp, hop, shuffle, step, a lap, or change in your tap shoes. You can chase the devil out and shout the good news. Oh, tackle that temptation with the time step before temptation tackles you. I said, tackle that temptation with the time step, not a one step or a two step at a time step. And if it's not enough, then go and shuffle off to Buffalo. Tackle that temptation with the time step before temptation tackles you. I don't think he knows how that game works.
He doesn't know how to play.
At least you won. You must have eaten too much, huh? Yeah. It's all right, sister. It's all right. All right, does someone else want to play?
Oh, Sister Huber, can I tell a joke?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, how do you make holy water?
I don't know. How do you make holy water?
You boil the hell out of it.
Hey, I have a joke.
Okay, all right. Do you remember it?
I think so.
Okay, then say it.
Why don't nuns do drugs?
I don't know. Why don't nuns do drugs?
Because we already have a habit.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh, Sister Hubert, you tell yours.
Yeah.
You got a good one?
All right, all right. Why did Moses travel around the desert for 40 years?
I don't know. Why did Moses wander the desert for 40 years?
Whoa. Well, because he was a man, and men don't like to stop for natural
That's very
direction.
true.
Yeah. You know that. Do you know that?
Hubert, can you come up here? I need to speak with you.
Oh,
please.
yes, of course. I'll be right up there.
You can carry on talking, folks. The show will start in just a minute. Not too much, though, because you guys are getting loud. I'm convinced what's in that cup is not the blood of Jesus. So, I've just been told that Reverend Mother is still in the girls' locker room saying an act of contrition. So, the understudy is on! Why don't you girls get ready for the next number? I have everything under control out here.
Are you sure you're okay?
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Right.
All right, now that I have you alone for a few minutes, I have something to show you that I think you'll get a kick out of. And that's just some more of my habit humor. So, you're probably wondering what nuns do in their spare time. Well, this particular nun likes to create other nuns. For instance, Sister Pocahontas. Can Elizabeth Warren paint with all the colors of the wind? Ricola! Sister Heidi. Attila the Nun. Twisted Sister. This is one of my favorites. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Let's see if you can guess this one. I see she's dragged some of you to the show. Hey, timeliness is next to godliness. All right, I have one more, but this is going to take a little while, so if you bear with me, please. Hey, Brother Jim, can you set a little mood music? I do these for my students all the time, and they just think they're hilarious. Of course, they love to laugh. That's how I get through to them, you know, by being funny. So, I teach 7th grade, and believe me, that is a rough age to be. I would know. When I was in 7th grade, I got sent to St. Clair's School for the Deplorable. And now, for the final impression of the evening, Nunsense Boulevard. Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. Thank you. Thank you. You know, my mind just went everywhere. So, let's not mention this to you-know-who. Reverend Mother, she doesn't always favor my behavior or my methods. But you gotta understand, I grew up in Canarsie. You know where that is? Brooklyn. Yo mama, Skunji. You had to be tough, and I was. I was one tough kid. You see, my dad, he wasn't really around much, and my mom, yeah, well, she had to work 2 jobs, so as kids, we were alone a lot. And boy, was I always in trouble. That's why I got sent to St. Clair's, but it's okay. Everything worked out in the end. As a matter of fact, not only do I drive the convict car, but I can strip it faster than any mechanic in Hoboken. You know, a lot of guys back in the hood still can't believe I'm a nun. But it's all because of Sister Rose Francis. She was ahead of St. Clair's, and boy, was she something. She was the one person that made me believe I was worth something. And I want to be just like her. You know, sometimes I miss St. Clair's. Things were different back then. It was a long time ago. At St. Clair's School, religion class began with Mass each day. It was said in Latin then, that's how I learned to pray. The nuns appeared in black and white, and so did every room. Things were either wrong or right at St. Clair's Catholic
Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis, excelsis, in excelsis.
But then the rules began to change, and many lost their way. What was always black and white was turning shades of gray.
Holy, holy, holy Lord.
The Mass is said in English now to make us more aware. Confusion seems to reign supreme, like God, it's everywhere. The church is quite progressive now, but people ridicule the fact that so many things are optional. It's hard to find a rule. Through it all, I've often said those ancient Latin prayers that I first learned when growing up. Catholic and Saint
Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis, 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 excelsis.
This is a catastrophe.
What's the matter with you?
This summons just came. That's what's the matter with me.
Oh yeah, well it can't be that bad.
Oh no? Take a look. I should have stayed with the circus.
We've got to clean out the freezer.
By tomorrow morning, 'cause the Jersey Board of Health have sent the final warning. They're not buying our line at dead nuns. Rise and shine, we must comply or face a fine. We got to clean out the freezer, 'cause they know we're the ones who have refused to start defrosting those 4 blue nuns. The time has come to send them off to their reward and let them greet the Lord. Heaven awaits, so pack them in grace and tell St. Peter they'll be at those pearly gates, and tell him these are nuns on ice that we are certain didn't sin, and we'd be very grateful if we let them come in. We got to clean out the freezer by tomorrow morning. Someone holler to Gabriel to blow his horn. And when the saints go marching to that heavenly door, tell them there's gonna be 4 more. We've got to clean out the freezer and defrost the dead, because the Jersey Board of Health is claiming they were misled and they're not buying our line that dead nuns rise and shine. We must bury them instead. They're not buying our line. Nuns rise and shine. dead. They're dead.
I'll get it.
Oh, no, I'm the novice. I'll get it.
Hello, Mount St. Helens.
Well, who is it, Leo?
It's Sister Mary Euthanasia.
Our nurse!
She said Sister Julia, child of God, was trying out a new recipe, chicken correctol, something like that. Anyway, it backfired, and she's in the hospital getting her stomach pumped.
Oh, Lord, deliver me. Is she coming over to do the show?
Is she coming back to do the show? No.
No?
No.
Oh.
Oh. Hey, can I do my number?
I don't think so. I'll just have to do Julia's part. Well, I'll need her book. Does anyone know what's happened to Julia's book?
Uh-oh. I forgot to bring it in. It's still in the station wagon.
Well, I need that book. Will one of you please go and get it?
I'll just go get it.
Fine, all of you go. Hubert, we've got sisters in the freezer. Mary Eugene's down at the Board of Health for questioning. And I don't know Julia's part. What's the Reverend Mother to do?
Every time you have to face a crisis, who's the one who helps you muddle through?
All right, I confess it. Yes, the truth is, I couldn't do it without you. Hit it. We're just a couple of sisters, plain as we can be. Just a couple of sisters who discovered harmony. Oh, sure, I could go solo,
Going solo can be fun,
but when two solos get together, they harmonize as one. None. We're just a couple of sisters out here having fun. The mistress of the novices.
and Reverend number one.
It's true I am in charge here, but I know I'm not alone. As long as Sister Hubert adds her harmonizing tone.
I train all the novices and do it on my own, 'cause I know Reverend Mother's near a stepping stone.
A stepping stone? A stepping stone to what, Hubert?
Oh, Regina, it was just a rhyme. You see, the only other word I could think of was overgrown, and I know how sensitive you are about your height.
I will have you know, Hubert, that the average fashion model height is 5'9.5".
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyra Skanks.
Well, what does that make you? Tyra Flanks? Put us both together, and we've got it all. The melody,
The harmony.
St. Peter and St. Paul.
All we need is Harry, then we'll have a singing group.
Oh, every Tom and Dick and Harry is a Mary in this troop. Sister Mary Thomas,
Sister Mary Richards,
Sister Mary Harold,
Sister Mary Knoll,
Sister Mary Martin, Sister Mary Pickford, Sister Mary Sunshine. Hey, we're on a roll.
Sister Mary Hartman,
Sister Mary Astor,
Sister Mary Widows,
Sister, that's a wrap.
Sister Mary Poppins, Sister Mary Christmas.
Sister, that's enough of this Mary crap. Just a couple of sisters in what you call rare form, who've come to entertain you by singing up a storm. Swanee, how I love you.
I love Reverend Mary.
We're just a couple of sisters, plain as we can be. Just a couple of sisters who discovered harmony. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Robert, I've about had it with you. One more time and you'll be the dying nun.
It was just a joke.
Well, it wasn't funny. Who do you think you are? Sally Field?
Yes. And they liked me. They really liked me.
Hubert, stop that. She'll see you.
Well, it was kind of funny.
No, it wasn't. It's not hard enough I have to contend with Robert, and now she's corrupting the novices. Well, that's not important to talk about. What is important is the publication of this book, Baking with the BVM.
Oh, maybe some of our audience may have brought some non-Catholic friends with them. And we should probably explain that the BVM stands for the Blessed Virgin Mary.
I was just getting to that, Hubert. Thank you very much.
Reverend Mother, you look like the Pope!
Hey, Regina, why don't you show us your impersonation of Pope Francis?
No.
Oh, come on. You guys want to see it, don't you? Come on, say yeah. Woo, woo.
Oh, all right, okay. All right, that's enough. So, thank you. So let's get into this book. Well, first off, it has a beautiful cover featuring our Blessed Mother in her cook's hat and apron. Wait till you see it, you're gonna love it. So you see, when you're not using it for baking, it makes a lovely devotional addition to your kitchen. Oh, yeah, Sister Amnesia here designed a stand for the book. Did you make that?
Uh-huh.
She made that. All by yourself. All by herself. Nice house. Nobody home. Amnesia, look, an angel. Flew in, took the stand, and flew out. Look, all clean. Shall we get into the book?
Uh-huh, why not?
Ooh, look at
Wow, look, Amnesia.
See, the main section is chock full of unusual recipes, especially suited for the Catholic cook. Oh, look at this. Caesar Franc's Panis Inglesias, consisting of 2 hot dogs, wrapped in anchovies, and served on angel food cake. Has anyone tested this stuff?
Why, no, we just saw the book today. I mean, I thought you were supposed to go over it with Julia.
I was supposed to go over. You do everything.
No,
with a cook.
no, because remember we were looking at the book together?
No, I don't.
We were looking through it. Well, you know, we were watching the Food Channel, and then the chef got all chopped up, and then you were like, oh, that reminds me, I've got to go check Julia's book.
Well, it's too late now, isn't it?
Well, in a word, yes.
We'll just have to move on. Oh, look how delicious this mortally sinful devil's food cake.
If you eat that, will you go to hell?
Maybe, but what a way to go.
Oh, look at that. Mary Magdalene tarts. I bet they're cheap.
And easy.
Oh, look! A Boy Scout recipe.
Why don't you read that one, Amnesia? Out loud, sister.
With your voice.
Oh. Boy Scout treats. It says first, get 12 brownies real hot.
It's a misprint. Moving right along. Oh, here's a cool section. holiday recipes.
Ooh, look at that turkey stuffing.
Says here you get 1 package of regular stuffing mix,
1 package of regular stuffing mix,
1 onion mince,
1 onion minced,
1 cup of unpopped popcorn.
1 cup of unpopped popcorn.
Mix it all together.
Mix it together.
Stuff it in your bird.
Stuff it in your bird.
Put bird in the oven.
Put the bird in the oven.
400 degrees.
400 degrees.
And when his ass blows off, you're done.
And when his ass blows...
I can't believe that lame brain Julia.
Holy smokes.
Something burning?
No, she included the recipe to that soup.
What?
It says it right here. Vichyssoise soup.
Well, the recipe isn't poison, is it?
How should I know? I can't believe I trusted that nitwit. Well, we can't sell the thing.
Well, what are we gonna do now? We were counting on the book to bring us some extra money.
Oh, I could do my fire baton.
No fire baton.
I could do my bird calls.
What, dare I ask, are your bird calls?
Here, birdie, birdie. Here, birdie, birdie.
I don't believe this.
What?
I'm caught in the middle, still playing second fiddle while you peddle poison recipes. You completely disregard that I've worked very hard on a song.
Well, sing it, please.
Do you really mean it?
Yes. Do it before I change my mind. Feel like I'm back at the leper colony the way things are falling to pieces around here.
Oh my God, how could Julia be so stupid?
How could I be so stupid?
Let me count the ways. 1, 2, 3.
When I became a nun at a very early age, I had to choose between the convent and the life upon the stage. So when Reverend Mother said we're putting on a show, I must tell you, I was thrilled to death. I couldn't wait to go. But then, to my surprise, Reverend Mother didn't see what is so obvious. The stage was meant for me. Money and fame I don't desire. I only want to sparkle. I'm not here to start a fire, you see. I don't care if I'm ever rich or famous. I just want to be a star. I don't care if you know what my name is, Robert. I just want to be a star. I want to be the nun who makes you cheer, the nun who's out in front instead of in the rear. For once I want to lead the band and have the crown in the palm of my hand. Oh, I don't care if I'm ever rich or famous, just so I can be a star. When we began this show, they were really green. They didn't know a chorus line from a chorus queen. They didn't realize that in the chorus line, you never get to stretch your stuff. You never really shine. Oh, I don't care if I'm ever rich or famous. I just want to be a star. Sure, it's true that my only claim to fame is I got what it takes to be a star. I know my vow for poverty says I can make a fortune. But when we're 80 and we're sitting on the porch in the old nun's home and they ask who we are, I just want to say, hey, I was a star. I don't care if I'm ever rich or famous, just so I can be the chorus line is not for me. I'm red hot to be a star. Yo, Regina, park your own damn car. I just wanna be a star.
You're no help at all. Our little sparkler turned out to be quite a firecracker.
I'm sorry, Reverend Mother.
That was quite a surprise, Robert. You were sensational.
I was.
Yes, you were. There'll be 6 Our Fathers and 700 Hail Marys. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Patty, Maxine, and Laverne, the St. Andrew Sisters of Hoboken, and a little number that we specially prepared for tonight. Robert, leave that man alone. I got my eye on you.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like only yesterday when life was quite serene. The days were rather uneventful, what you call routine. Then came that fatal night when Julia made her vichyssoise. For 52 Bon Appetit was also Bon Voyage. Then our tranquil life was over, for we knew what we must do. We had to raise the money to intern the 52. At times it all seemed hopeless and much more than we could bear. We would all have lost our minds if we'd had stopped to go to the drive-in, the Skyline Drive-In. Drive-in, we can always survive-in, we survive-in times of stress and strain. Do-do-be-do-be-do, ah! Give yourself a change of scene by altering the day's routine. Find the nearest movie screen and let yourself go. It's better than a magazine, of course you want to keep it clean, but if it's a bit obscene, who'll ever know that you've been to the drive-in? Hey, when you arrive, find a place to park and dive into a box of buttered popcorn and revive your summer spirits. Come alive when you don't have to connive. There is an arrival when a drival means survival. As soon as you arrive in the Skyline Drive-In. Drive-in, that's the one place I've been that'll chase your blues away. Enough ballyhoo about what to do. It's time to roll the homemade convent fair display. Celia doobie-doo, wah, wah, wah.
Bring in the movie screen. I said, bring in the movie screen.
1 week, fellas.
Think again, Dylan. Looks like you lost this shootout.
Read 'em and weep, or should I say peep? Looks like I'm gonna have to show you my full
Please, Reverend, no! Reverend Mother, you're gonna run her over! That wasn't supposed to happen! Brother Jim, that wasn't supposed to happen!
Yeah, I know.
Well, what do I do now?
Why don't you tell them one of your stories?
They don't want to hear one of my stories.
Sure they do. Don't you, folks?
Oh, they do! Do you remember the story I was telling you last week?
Yeah, I remember. Oh, that was a good one. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to tell you a story about me. Sometimes in the morning, before the first bell rings, I lie here, wide awake, wondering all kinds of things, like who I am or what I'd be if I were not a nun. I could be anything, but if I could be anyone, I'd like to be a country singer like Loretta Lynn, with a deluxe Winnebago that I could travel in. I'd have wigs like Dolly Parton. I would even pierce my ears. I'd have rhinestone-studded cowboy boots and a sequins gown from Sears. And I'd have me some backup singers with a genuine bluegrass band. And I would go to Nashville and appear on a brilliant songs of inspiration. I'd sing songs in time of strife, songs like Drop Kick Me Jesus through the goalposts of life. Oh, wait a minute. I was gonna be a country singer, and I was gonna go to Nashville. There was this contest, a big contest, and I remember walking out on this huge stage, and when they turned up the spotlight, all that glitter there was me. People all were saying, she's another Brenda Lee. Oh, I could have gone to Nashville and become a country star. But something deep inside of me was calling from afar. I started my new life inside the convent walls. Brenda Lee had given way to Sister Mary Paul. I'm Sister Mary Paul. I'm Sister Mary Paul. That's it! I'm Sister Mary decided not to become a big star and become unimportant like all of you. I'm Sister Mary Paul.
Sister Mary Paul. Well, that's a nice name. Isn't it, Hubert?
I remember hearing about a Sister Mary Paul when we were in France. But when we came back, they didn't know what happened to her. Then you mysteriously appeared. So you're Sister Mary Paul.
Do you remember everything?
Yeah, I think so. You see, I had entered this contest and I was going to become a really big star.
Contest! Oh my heavens, that's it!
What?
Sister Mary Paul is the name of the nun who won the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. That's you! We've got the money! Saints be praised, we're rich!
Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Oh, somebody call the prize patrol! This means we can finally bury those last 4 dead sisters.
And get a TiVo for the plasma TV!
And I helped.
Oh, you certainly did, sweetie. And to think, I was starting to get worried about having to defrost those girls tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Jersey smells bad enough already.
Robert!
Oh, this just goes to show how the Lord truly does work in mysterious ways.
1 minute we're desperate,
And the next, we're rich.
You just never know what the Almighty has in store.
Oh, today, mistress of novices, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow, the world could be saluting the world's first nun ballerina.
And I'll be Mariah Carey. The important thing is that we can send those last 4 girls off to their heavenly reward. And we get back to concentrating on our heavenly reward because, as you know, we all have it in us to become a saint.
And you know something?
What?
It's not that hard to be a saint. All you have to do is pick a saint to emulate who most embodies you. Then figure out what made that saint the idol of today. Then follow in those steps, and you'll earn the right to say,
Oh, girl, she's got the spirit now. Look out.
I'm holier than thou. I've got the spirit now. I feel like I'm in heaven 'cause I'm holier than thou. I'm holier than thou. I've got the spirit now. I thank God Almighty that I'm holier than thou. You see how easy it is, girls? Now somebody else, pick a saint.
Saint Bernadette.
Oh, excellent choice, sister. Bernadette of Lourdes can be easily achieved. She said she saw a virgin, which of course no one believed. People said she lost her mind, there was no lady there. So go and find a virgin, then come back here and declare, I'm holier than thou. I've got the spirit now. I feel like I'm in heaven 'cause I'm holier than thou. I'm holier than thou. I've got the spirit now. I thank God Almighty that I'm holier than thou. All right, sisters, can you help me? Sounding weak. All right, let's have another.
Saint Lucy, I love Lucy.
Lucy was a virgin, so at that test you don't fail. Lucy could be perfect, except for one detail. Lucy was a martyr, which could be a bit severe.
I think I'll pick a living saint and stick around to hear. I'm holier than thou.
Yes, you are,
I
sister.
got the spirit now.
You sure do.
I feel like I'm in heaven 'cause I'm holier than thou. hear it now.